Welcome back to URL Charlotte, my debut time travel horror novel. We're starting chapter 2 today. This is 2024, the first night. Sarah and her stupid friends. Magda steadied herself against a tree to catch her breath. She gazed back down the mountain to the town below. At least an hour had passed since she stormed out of the party, shoving past dozens of people holding up phones to record. The fog had become thicker, and the houses below were nearly invisible. A bright spot far below might have been Bridget's house, or a gas station open late. Who cared? She wasn't going back. She took a deep breath and scanned the trees surrounding her. When she left the main road at the bottom of the mountain, the trail through the forest had been obvious, a spacious track of red clay-like earth under a thin layer of papery leaves. But as she climbed higher, the trail began to taper, twisting around trees and under huge roots, and the dead leaves had grown thicker, eventually obscuring the narrow path completely. Now she was fully in thick woods, with all traces gone of the trail, and no clue how much further she had to go to reach home. Fucking shit. Her voice was louder than she meant it to be, and for a moment she held her breath, waiting to hear something rustling in the distance. A dark shape drifting through the fog. Something dead. Something that hadn't known until she spoke that she was here with it. She let out her breath and shook her head. There was nothing out there. Nothing. Crazy Magda seeing things. Not tonight. She pulled her phone from her back pocket and opened the map. A blue dot blinked her location in a sea of gray. Well, what did she expect? There never was any cell coverage on the mountain. If she wasn't close enough to pick up the home Wi-Fi, she was out of luck. Jamming the phone back in her pocket, she shoved away from the tree and continued uphill. Magda hadn't been up the trail since she was a kid, but it was never too difficult to navigate. Mostly a straight path. After a while it split into side paths here and there that she had never taken the time to explore. Didn't matter. The main trail crossed over the road 3 times as it wound back and forth up the mountain. Eventually it led directly into her backyard. Simple. But how many times had she crossed the road already tonight? Magda closed her eyes and tried to remember. Once? Maybe twice. But definitely not 3. Shh, she said again, barely a whisper. She shrugged off her backpack, pulled out the glass bottle, and shook it. The last bit of rum swirled around the bottom, so she screwed off the top and swigged the rest. Would have lasted longer if Sarah had just taken her home after work like she wanted. They could have split the bottle, watched a movie with Jimmy, made popcorn. And we'll leave it there, and we'll see you tomorrow.